Advanced. You're looking at other programs, COBA. You're looking at the teaching programs that the university offers. These are things that we really have to promote when we can't offer our athletics. Yeah, that's a strong selling point, but so is everything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis, so much for posing this question. As a university ambassador, I recognize the great efforts that students being involved in this program really sell our university. And granted that we have a budget crisis currently, the university has done a good job as far as putting on receptions in major hubs, Jefferson City, Kansas City, St. Louis. We want to make sure that those continue in those major hubs of the state. However, we want to make sure that our showcase program and those programs continue to be the best that they can be, and that John and I and the student government can get more involved at those programs, because that's what sells our university. It's students and their accomplishments and being able to interact with our students. John wants to further the question.
I just want to say that I really think that, the mission of making our campus better for students, for working for students, for represent students, to make their experience here at Missouri State is inherently a recruitment tactic. And us bringing our platform and ideas to the table to make Missouri State better for students will promote our university, and it's something we feel will do the university a lot of good.
I also really appreciate the question on how we can better recruit students here at the university. I'd first like to direct everyone's attention to the fact that Jay and Aaron talked a lot about what the university should do to promote students and didn't really address the question of what will you do as student body president, vice president, to promote recruitment here at the university. One of the things, if you look at Chris and I's platform, we'd like to do is have SGA sponsor a first generation college student visit day. We think this does two things. A, it recruits more students to come to the university, but it also addresses the problem of diversity here on campus. We are a large university, but I think especially minority students here in the room will agree that the diversity on this campus is not that great. And I think that starts with students that maybe don't have parents that have been to college before, don't know the process, don't know what they need to do to get into college, don't know how to apply for scholarships. And so Kristen and myself would like to see SGA working with university ambassadors, working with the multicultural student services to sponsor an event where students that don't have parents that have been to college before can come to campus. They can learn about how to apply for scholarships. They can learn about scholarships that the university here specifically offers, and we can tailor that to students that maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to get into a university. So we think that'll help with recruitment, but also increasing diversity around campus.
SGA should also know we probably have limited time left. SGA should also continue great things that we've done in the past, such as introducing the collegiate readership program, things of that nature that's going to, when university ambassadors are selling the university to prospective students, it's going to make the university more appealing than some others. The fact that we can give free newspapers, the fact that we have SGA, a strong voice for the students here on the university campus.
I think we do one more. It's 5:50, and we want to end the question at 5:55.
Okay, would you like to pick the lucky last person?
I don't know. Josh up there.
I wanted to make you work.
Yes, of course. Got to wear my name and dress tonight.
Thank you guys so much for coming and debating and presenting all these issues tonight. We've all been talking about a lot of the strengths that we've had, and this question is actually posed for all three candidates too. I'd like you guys, if possible, just to elaborate on one of your weaknesses. Specifically, have you ever faced criticism in the past about only getting a half-hearted effort in some sort of an executive role that you fulfilled? And can you explain that situation and how you can improve that where you'd be elected student body president, vice president?
For purposes of time, let's keep this to 1 minute this time.
Sure can. I want to first respond to since they addressed us in their response. When Aaron said the strengths of the university, and you said he didn't say what he would do, his response was he will put emphasis on those things as student body president, and I'll give Aaron the rest to answer.
Thank you. As far as a weakness, we know that strategically, as far as a campaign goes, the experience issue with Jay being a newer student wasn't strategically good for a political campaign. However, we don't think that we should be doing this for a strategic political campaign. We should think that we should be doing this for students and what works best for students. With that said, Jay is more of a person to work and advocate for students on the administrative level. I'm a better person to work with students on a one-on-one level, to work with student organizations, to make sure we're hearing your concerns and we're working for you guys. So if that, I would say that's a weakness, but a strength in itself.
Thank you, Josh, for answering this question. I think as far as our platform's weakness, one of the tickets, Chris and Kristen have a year on both John and myself. However, we feel that we have had just as much opportunity as they to get involved on campus and to make those contacts, and we feel that our experience is more diverse even than theirs as far as working with residence life and working with students and working with Greek life and just students in general. John, I wanted to address the final part of the question.
This one kind of deals with the fact that we're kind of at different places in our college careers. Zach's been here a little longer than I have. He's had more time. Both of us have been extremely involved, but Zach's climbed higher in those organizations and has held higher leadership positions. And through working through those, he's worked with a lot of more university faculty and understands and has those relationships, those contacts, understands the processes. Stuff that I haven't necessarily had as much experience doing. However, most of my roles in a lot of the same organizations are focusing on just the students. And I still work with primarily students, so I feel like I have maybe a bit stronger connection to students, and he has the logistics to get done what needs to be done. So together we complement each other very well.
First of all, if I may, I'm a little confused as to what the original question is now that we've heard about strengths.
I think the question was, you can, if you win, you can expect a lot of criticism because you won't be able to please everybody. And I think he was getting at how will you deal with criticism. Well, you're young people, you've probably not been in a position where you will receive the type of criticism that the winning ticket will receive. And I think he was asking about how you would respond to that and how you would prevent that from...
I was just going to clarify the question.
Sorry, by all means, please.
I was just asking about a weakness that you felt that you had as a campaign. And specifically, one of those weaknesses I was curious if the candidates could address was a criticism that you faced in the past from people that you have only given a half-hearted effort in an executive role that you fulfilled. And can you explain that situation? And if you did only give a half-hearted effort in an executive field, how would you correct that? How would you serve to give your full potential as student body president or vice president?
Okay, so you're asking about a time at which I have been confronted with giving a half-hearted effort in an executive role. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to pull myself up here, but I cannot recall one of those times. I've been really, really involved on campus. I am probably over-involved. I'll be the first to admit that I'm over-involved on campus. But I'm the type of person that will not let my own fault of overcommitting get in the way of me serving in the positions that I've chosen to serve in. And so, there's nights that I'll sleep for 3 hours or I won't sleep at all because I've got to get this and this done. So, I'm sorry that I'm not able to answer your question, but I can't really think. I'll see if Kristen has an opportunity to answer that.
Again, with Chris, I can't really think of a time in which somebody has directly confronted me and said that you were doing a poor job on a specific issue. However, if I were to be elected as your student body vice president and a student came into my office and said, I think you're doing a poor job on this issue, I would be certain to do a few things. First of all, listen. Second of all, work out how we can improve that option. And third of all, do a little bit of self-introspection. Make sure that I'm actually doing the job that you all would have elected me to do.
All right. Each of you will now have 1 minute to state your case. You want to switch the positions? Yeah, I guess as you think about it, but I don't know what's fair here, because everybody wants to go last, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go back this way.
Okay, well, we've talked a lot about... 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, so I've got 1 minute. Is everyone timing me in the room now? Great. All right, here we go. 1 minute. Why you should elect Chris and Kristen. Basically, tonight we've talked a lot about platform, different ideas. We've all got different ideas. I think some deep than other ideas. Some ideas may be more detailed than other ideas out there. But basically, what I'd like you to do, even if you don't think platform is important, even if you take platform off the table, what I'd like you to do